Have you ever looked outside on a rainy day and thought, wouldn't it be incredible if I could just make the sun come out instead? Or maybe you've yearned for snow in the middle of July. Well, what if I told you that the concept of humans controlling the weather isn't as far-fetched as it sounds? In this episode of What If Facts, we explore a world where humanity has mastered the ability to control the weather at the push of a button. Stick around till the end, because the consequences might just blow your mind. First off, can we even control the weather? Believe it or not, scientists have already been experimenting with weather modification for decades. Ever heard of cloud seeding? It's a method where airplanes release chemicals like silver iodide into clouds to stimulate rainfall. This technique has been used to alleviate droughts, provide water for agriculture, and even prevent hailstorm damage. However, this barely scratches the surface of what full-scale weather control would entail. Imagine having the ability to summon rain during a drought, clear up a cloudy sky for a wedding, or even weaken hurricanes before they hit land. The possibilities are both thrilling and daunting. Now, let's consider how such technology might work. Picture a network of advanced satellites that orbit the Earth. These satellites would be equipped with lasers, nanotechnology, and perhaps even artificial intelligence capable of manipulating atmospheric particles. They might use targeted energy to heat or cool certain parts of the atmosphere, creating specific weather patterns on demand. Other technologies might include ground-based installations that fire ionizing particles into the air to create or dissipate clouds. So, what would a world with controlled weather look like? At first glance, it might seem like a utopia. Imagine eradicating natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods. Cities could remain safe from catastrophic weather events. Agriculture would flourish thanks to predictable rainfall, and transportation would no longer be disrupted by storms or heavy snow. Countries could decide when and where to let it rain or shine, improving economies and reducing the loss of lives. But hold on, such control doesn't come without risks. The atmosphere is an intricate and interconnected system. Imagine if one country decided to create drought conditions over their geopolitical rivals. The ethics and politics of weather control could spark international conflict. Worse, tampering with nature on such a massive scale could have unforeseen ripple effects. For instance, what if manipulating weather systems led to unintended changes in wind currents that destabilize ecosystems across the globe? Instead of creating a peaceful utopia, we might accidentally unleash global chaos. And then there's the issue of equity. Who gets to control the weather? If this technology falls into the hands of specific governments, corporations, or billionaires, could they charge for ideal weather conditions? This could lead to a dystopian divide where the wealthy literally monopolize the sunshine, leaving vulnerable communities to face extreme events like heat waves or droughts. So, what about the unintended environmental consequences? One major concern would be the accumulation of chemical residues in the atmosphere. Years or decades of deploying substances to control weather might build up and interact in ways we can't predict, possibly harming human health and contributing to climate change. Plus, changing the weather in one area almost always affects neighboring regions. Stopping rain in one region might lead to torrential floods elsewhere. It's not just a switch we'd flip on and off. It's more like a giant, complex puzzle where every piece affects all the others. And here's a chilling thought. What if criminals or rogue nations weaponize this technology? Weather warfare could potentially become a terrifying reality. Hurricanes could be directed at enemy coasts, or prolonged heat waves could devastate agricultural zones. In some ways, controlled weather could become the ultimate superweapon. Let's not forget the philosophical aspects. Weather is one of the last wild elements in our highly controlled lives. It's something humans have adapted to for millennia. So, do we have the right to change it? What happens to our appreciation for nature's raw beauty if weather becomes just another commodity we buy or schedule? Would we lose our sense of wonder at a sunset after rain, or the majesty of a blizzard, if those events were no longer random? On the bright side, controlled weather could offer unparalleled opportunities for scientific research and humanitarian aid. Imagine redirecting a hurricane to dissipate harmlessly over the ocean or creating artificial rain to save a drought-stricken region. If coupled with robust international regulations aimed at ethical usage, it could be a game-changing tool in fighting climate change. With weather modification, we could help stabilize temperatures, counter desertification, or rebuild Arctic ice sheets. Of course, we're far from realizing this level of control. Many scientists argue that trying to overpower nature is an exercise of hubris. It might be better to focus on adapting to inevitable weather changes and mitigating human impacts on the environment, rather than trying to rewrite the weather script entirely. In conclusion, the idea of controlling the weather offers tantalizing possibilities. It promises a world free from the chaos of natural disasters, but it also opens Pandora's box to ethical dilemmas, geopolitical tensions, and environmental uncertainties. And while it remains a hypothetical concept for now, developments in technology could bring us closer to this reality. The big question is, are we prepared for the responsibility that would come with such power? What do you think? Should humanity control the weather? Or are some things better left to nature? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep discovering the fascinating, the incredible, and the mind-blowing with What If Facts.